I love to just run out of the house. I mean, that's my happy place, right? But what else do you do?
I hit the gym hard.
we're ectomorphs. You know, you got your mesomorphs. You know, your muscular football people that watch football and stuff like tomorrow. You know, that play tennis by jumping over the net and beating each other with rackets. Like those are your mesomorphs, and you got your ectomorphs, which are sort of us, which we have the pain threshold of firm handshake. You know, they say. And I got kicked off the football team in Ontario. You know, I mean, it wasn't I couldn't play football. So I mean. But it's obviously good that whether you're doing some, and I've never said this before in public, but it's probably not bad to do some stretching. Some of us being textbook cases of inflexibility over the years, being marathoners, because we all stiffen up.
That's free elastic energy.
Yeah, I know. And the stiffer I felt, the fitter I was, sort of thing. But obviously it's going to prevent injuries if you can do some of that cross training. I used to jump on, there used to be this archaic Nautilus equipment, which is great, and I loved it. And I jump on there and just do some of that after my runs, just to stretch out, if I had that opportunity. So it's probably a good thing on easy days, every second or third day to do a little bit of cross training. But nothing's going to make you a better runner unless you're running. So if you're running only, you're perfect.
So let's quickly touch on the subject of injuries. I mean, Nick, have you had an injury in the past? Got over it?
Yep.
It's tough. I mean, what have you learned from having injuries in the past?
I had a lot of issue when I was doing my easy runs, and I was usually running them in 340, around 330 to 340 kilometers for my easy runs, which was too fast for an easy run. So then I found that I was just starting to tighten up. And so as soon as I dropped my recovery runs or easy runs to like 4 minutes or to 4:30s even, then I found that I wasn't fatiguing, like I was able to recover from that run to be able to push harder in my workout rather than kind of just slowly chipping away and getting stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. So by running a little bit easier on those recovery runs, I was able to run faster and harder on my workouts, which would then make me race faster.
So your recovery runs are about a minute per kilometer slower than your marathon pace?
Yep. Yeah. So my long runs I was usually, as I got closer to the marathon, my long runs were usually around 350 to 355, and my target pace was 330 to 330.
And Rob, unfortunately, you have an Achilles issue right now, I know. So.
Yeah, I won't go through all the surgeries, but it's part of the sport, like any sport, I guess. So you just have to get used to it and how to cope with it. And you've got Ian's up next, and I think about. He's going up right now because we're closing. But I was like flat on my back like end of June, and I've never had a back problem before. And luckily, people really nice people in town make house calls like Ian did. So it's all about keeping your mobility. And we can think back to the last thing I'll say, Joan Benoit, who won the first women's gold marathon in LA. And Joni couldn't run over the last 6 weeks very much, so she was all worried about losing her fitness. So she did pool running, and basically almost ended up overall a little stronger in some ways than previously if she just pounded pavement. So you have to look for alternatives when you do have injuries, and don't stress out about losing out on fitness, because it'll come back fast if you do the right thing.
Okay, on that note, it's a great segue into our next speaker, but hold on, you guys.
I always say that the heart doesn't know what it's doing as long as it's doing something. It's like if you can't run, if you can do riding or pool running or swimming, the heart's still going to be working, so you're still getting that overall fitness.
I wanted something from the store that I could put back in stock.
I did have one more question. Talk about store, 30 years, which is amazing.
Yay!
Congratulations. Involved with a lot of community events, Shoes for Youth, Every Step Counts that Rob founded. But how much has this business taught you about running as well as life generally, and just running the business? Is it similar to running? How has it taught you that?
Highs and lows. Basically just consistency. You have to work hard at everything, I think, in life. So if you want to succeed in running, you have to be consistent and work hard. If you want to succeed in business, you have to be consistent and work hard.
And luckily, I've got a great partners that works really hard, does all the heavy lifting. But you know, I sort of look at it as, you know, there weren't that many shoes out there in the old days. You know, now we've got lots of shoes. But just taking that one shoe and what you can do with that product, so you can get people fit and healthy. You can take that product and put some in a pot and put up a Terry Fox statue. You can do all kinds of fun stuff, just go crazy, right? So it's like, I think the more we can take the sport and think outside the shoebox, so to speak, with things we can do, I think this makes it a richer lifestyle.
Okay. Thanks to you guys for everything, and for clinics, and we're all appreciative. Thanks very much.